So, what made me realize that I want to study via correspondence and not attend full time was based on my experience during high school when I used to attend tuition and students used to disturb the lecture. I used to find it so difficult to concentrate after the teacher has already lost track of what they were saying. And I realized that the energies of other students, if they're going to be distracted, then it passes on to the rest of the class. And then we all end up feeling distracted. So, by me having the choice between studying full time or studying via correspondence, I definitely went for the choice of studying via correspondence because I felt that it enabled me to study at my own concentrated pace, to focus purely on my work, and to force myself into discipline, because I knew that if I'm going to go to a full-time institution, it's going to mean me having to attend which is quite far away from where I stay. So it would mean traveling every morning, traveling back every afternoon, and then as soon as you include traveling time into anything, there's always going to be that factor of being lazy. So I always considered, would I have the energy to wake up every morning and attend a lecture because I need to, and there's no other form of rewatching that or re-attending that lecture? Because I know that I'm not a morning person, so I had to factor the fact that I'm not a morning person in, and then I had to factor traveling in as well as traveling cost. Also, attending a full-time university means that you're going to be paying more, so I had to factor in the cost of full-time fees. Also, there's study material that I would have need to purchase, and then just having the energy to be able to pull through a day and having other students around you also contributing and possibly motivating you or making your attention wavered, like those were things that I took into consideration. And some may find it more appropriate to study full time at a full time university, and some may find it more appropriate to study via correspondence. I can definitely say that if you study via full time, one of the positives about it is that if you're a disciplined student, you're more inclined to pass faster or to pass according to the set period. So if your degree is 3 years, you're most likely to pass within those 3 years. Whereas if you're not a disciplined student and your choice was to study via correspondence, it is more likely that you would take longer to complete your degree because there's nobody pushing you. There's nobody forcing you every morning to wake up and study. There's nobody there to tell you you have to work. You have to keep track of yourself. So if you're not disciplined, I've realized that correspondence is never going to work for you. I personally feel that correspondence worked for me because I was able to keep myself motivated, and also I was working whilst I was studying. I wanted to gain work experience because I feel like, I don't know if I'm just generalizing, but I feel like if you study full time and you don't work, then employers may feel like you're a bit of a risk because you haven't been into the working world. Although that is just my opinion. Like, I don't think that me working served as an advantage or a disadvantage to me in the career that I've chosen, because employers also take students who have just finished studying in my career. But I feel like in other careers, it's important that you gain some work while you're studying, work experience, because it shows employers that you have characteristics to function within the working environment, and you do have potential in all aspects and not just the academic side. I think also gaining some work experience makes you more advantaged in the employment process because you obviously showed some responsibility in the past and it means that you can show it again. But going back to correspondence is definitely difficult. I Some days I've looked back and I've said I wish I did my admin better because I had a problem with my application. So I wish that there was a difference in that aspect. But with regards to studying via correspondence, I would definitely do it again if I had to. I would definitely put in more hours because I didn't realize how easy it is to get a distinction if you just work hard in your first year. And then your first year, if you get really good marks, it helps you in your second and third year to, like, you can get like 60% for your modules, which is more reasonable in second and third year. In first year, it's more easier to get 80s, etc. So if you work hard in your first year and if you pass with a good amount in your second and third year, it's very easy to pass your degree with a distinction. I wish I knew that before I started studying through correspondence. I would have definitely pushed harder, but I can say that I am happy with my average, so that's good. That's one thing that's good. And yeah, if you considering studying via correspondence, you should definitely perform some introspection. Introspection is very important before you embark on this journey because it's so easy to be waylaid. So it is important that you understand from the get-go that you are going to remain disciplined and you're going to set up a support system to keep you disciplined. I didn't need to set up anyone because nobody understood the path that I was choosing, and it's not familiar in my family, so it was difficult to get a support system. So I would definitely suggest to other people that they should get a support system when they're taking on any degree or any career path. It's very important to have people in your circle who understand what you are going through or who have already gone through it. So yeah, definitely go out there and achieve your dreams.